This morning while we were doing all the trauma work, the neck started playing up, huh? And you were getting triggered already by the trauma stuff.
Yeah, I've been carrying pain in my neck for a couple of years.
Okay.
Quite strong. It's quite strong there.
Yeah.
It's coming up across the top of my head, around my eyes, but I've also got, I don't know, if you imagine having something strapped across your shoulders, perhaps.
Yep. Okay, so even though there's already emotion and I've got all this weight on my shoulders, I accept myself and whatever my body's telling me.
Just give me a minute to catch up.
Okay, that's alright, just allow yourself to.
Even though
I've got all this weight across my shoulders.
I have all this weight across my shoulders.
And the emotion's already there. I'm open and willing to process and release it, even if it means I have to show my emotions. As a man, right? Yeah. Even though there's all these people looking at me, and I'm a man.
So even though there's all these people watching me, and I'm the man.
And I don't show my emotions.
And I do not show my emotions.
Men don't do that.
Men do not do that.
No wonder I've got all this weight across my shoulders.
No wonder I have all this weight across my shoulders.
And my neck.
And my neck.
There's pain in my shoulders and neck.
There's pain in my shoulders and my neck.
My body is talking to me.
My body is talking to me.
There's all this trauma in there.
There is all this trauma in there.
I've had it for the last 2 years.
I've had this for the last 2 years.
And it's time. My body's screaming at me to release it.
And my body is screaming at me to release this.
I accept myself and my body.
I accept myself and my body.
Deeply and completely.
Deeply and completely.
There's pain in the neck.
There's pain in the neck.
All this weight on my shoulders.
All this weight upon my shoulders.
I've got all this responsibility.
All of this responsibility.
Does that sit with you?
Yeah.
Responsibility? Yeah. For shoulders is often burdens and responsibilities. So I was putting that in to see if it lands with him. Under the eye. All this burden.
All this burden.
All this responsibility.
All this responsibility.
And I was reminded of it all.
I know I was reminded of it all.
While we were doing the trauma work this morning.
Whilst we were doing the trauma work this morning.
Because I know that there's trauma in my body.
Because I know that there's trauma within my body.
I was switched on to high alert in the work I do.
I was switched on to high alert in the work that I did.
And it was really traumatising.
And it was really traumatising.
And we just had to keep on with it.
And we just had to keep on with it.
And it's still trapped in my neck and my shoulders.
And it's still trapped within my neck and my shoulders.
All the responsibility of my job.
All the responsibility of my job.
All that trauma trapped in my neck and shoulders.
All that trauma trapped in my neck and my shoulders.
I want to process and release it.
I want to process and release it.
All that weight on my shoulders.
All that weight upon my shoulders.
What was the weight on your shoulders in your job that they all relied on you for? What's one memory?
There are multiple ones, but I have to get it right.
I have to get it right. Under the nose, yep. I have to get it right. It's all up to me, yep. Chin point, it's all up to me, all the overwhelm. I have to get it right.
I have to get it right.
Everyone's relying on me. I have to get it right. Under the arm, there's really bad things that will happen if I don't get it right. Yep.
Yes.
Top of the head. I have to get it right.
I have to get it right.
Eyebrow, it's life or death. If I don't get it right, it's not going to be good. Keep tapping. Yep, keep tapping. Keep tapping. I have to get it right. Really bad things, keep tapping. Really bad things will happen if I don't get it right.
Really bad things happen if I don't get it right.
Yep, keep tapping. I'm calling the eye. I have to get it right.
I have to get it right.
It's all up to me.
It is all up to me.
Under the nose. Really bad things happen if I don't get it right.
Really bad things happen if I don't get it right.
Chin point. I've got the weight of the world on my shoulders.
I have the weight of the world upon my shoulders.
No wonder my neck and shoulders are sore.
No wonder my neck and shoulders are sore.
I've been put on high alert.
I have been on high alert.
I had to for my job.
I had to for my job.
But I don't have to hold on to it now.
I don't have to hold on to it now.
And I'm letting my body know it's safe to release it.
And I'm letting my body know it is safe to release it.
And I want to release it all the way back to when it was put there.
And I wish to go all the way back to where it was put there.
And process and release it.
And process and release this.
Under the arm. Even all the training I did
Even all the training that I did
was traumatizing.
was traumatizing.
Top of the head. All that training was traumatizing. So what's coming up? Which training? Keep tapping. Keep tapping. It was traumatizing. I can still feel it in my body.
It's escape training.
Yep.
It's the whole.
Yep, eyebrow. Releasing the escape training.
Releasing the escape training.
Under the eye, everything I saw.
Everything I saw.
Under the eye, everything I felt.
Everything I felt.
Under the nose, felt so alone.
Felt so alone.
Chin, I felt overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed.
Collarbone, I had to be ready for anything.
I had to be ready for everything.
So I'm still going on what you were saying before too. I had to even be aware when the fan stopped, when I was sleeping. Yep.
I've been in a ship that went down. Not in this lifetime, but it's a recurring.
Yep.
I'm responsible.
Yep. I'm responsible. I want to release that I'm responsible all the way back to its origin, wherever that began in this life or another. Processing it and releasing it. Instructing my body.
I want to release this all the way back to its origin, no
This-
matter where it came from.
Yep. Even when I went down with the ship.
Even when we went down.
We
with
went
the ship.
down with the ship. All my responses in my body.
All of my responses within my body.
all my fears
All of my fears.
represented in my neck and my shoulders.
Represented within my neck and my
I
shoulders.
thank my neck and shoulders for alerting me today
I thank my neck and my shoulders for alerting me today,
so I can process this and release it
so I can process this and release it.
all the way back to its origin.
All the way back to its origin.
Everything I felt and remembered
Everything I feel and remember.
in all the multidimensional layers of my cells.
And all the multi-dimensional layers of my cells.
That feeling of we went down with the ship.
The feeling of we went down with the ship.
Corner of the eye. Releasing it all from my physical cells.
Releasing it all from my physical self.
Letting my neck and shoulders know that it's okay to relax.
Being my-
Keep tapping what's coming up. Letting my neck and shoulders know
Letting my neck and shoulders know
it's okay to relax.
that it's okay to relax.
Under the nose. Releasing all my responsibility.
Releasing all my responsibilities.
Chin point. Releasing the overwhelm. Collarbone. We went down with the ship.
We went down with the ship.
So our soul contracts.
So our soul contract.
Their soul contracts.
Their soul contract.
To go down with the ship.
To go down with the ship.
Stepping through that lesson.
Stepping through that lesson.
I never really died.
I never really died.
I'm sitting here with pain in my neck and shoulders to prove it.
I'm sitting here with pain in my neck and my shoulders to prove it.
And I'm releasing all the pain
And I'm releasing all the pain
associated with that.
associated with it.
I want to feel peace. What colour is peace? What's coming up for you?
Just the grief.
The grief. Yep, all the sadness,
All the sadness.
all the grief,
All the grief.
feeling in my body and at a human level.
This is why I don't want to be responsible for people.
I don't want to be responsible for people. Yep, under the arm. I don't want to be responsible for people.
I don't want to be responsible for people.
So back to the karate chop. I don't want to be responsible for people. Bad things happen. Like when we went down with the ship. I don't want to be responsible.
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 Maybe I'm not responsible.
And maybe I'm not responsible.
Maybe it feels like I'm responsible.
Maybe it feels like I'm responsible.
I was trained to be responsible.
I was trained to be responsible.
All the fear in my training.
All of the fear within my training.
I want to process it and release it.
I want to process it and release it.
That feeling in my neck and shoulders.
The feeling within my neck and my shoulders.
Feeling responsible.
Feeling responsible.
Eyebrow, feeling responsible.
Feeling responsible.
Corner of the eye, what if I was responsible?
What if I was responsible?
Under the eye, our soul contracts.
Our soul contracts.
Under the nose, I don't want to be responsible.
Don't want to be responsible.
I am responsible.
I am responsible.
I'm not responsible.
I'm not responsible.
Releasing responsibility from my neck and shoulders.
Releasing responsibility from my neck and my shoulders.
I want to process it all the way back to its origin,
I want to process it all the way back to its origin.
to where it first began.
Where it first began.
When we all went down with the ship.
When we all went down with the ship.
Processing and releasing it from my neck and shoulders.
Processing and releasing it from my neck and my shoulders.
My whole body.
My whole body.
Stepping through that lesson.
Stepping through that lesson.
Thanking my body for giving me the opportunity.
Thanking my body for giving me the opportunity.
Process and release it.
To process and release.
Take a deep breath and start. Actually, I want you to have some water. Forcing you to drink water that you never drink.
Maybe it's a good reason why.
Yeah. Yeah. So why?
Maybe when we drowned we had more to drink than we knew what to do with.
Okay. So see how, I'm not bringing on past life stuff, it's just coming up. And that's why you got to know what to deal with it. And you just deal with whatever's there, always. Okay, so what's the strongest feeling and memory that's coming up for you right now?
Being responsible.
Yeah.
No.
So being responsible in that, do you feel like you were responsible for everyone going down?
That's the position I had, so they looked at me.
Right. Okay. Even though, open your eyes, look at me, Captain Kim. Look at me. Even though
So even though
they looked at me,
they looked to me,
they looked to me
they looked to me
to save them,
to save them.
and I couldn't save them. I accept myself anyhow. Okay? Even though they looked to me, and we all went down, and I felt responsible. All my guilt. Keep tapping.
I just need to catch up.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm saying it for you. It's coming in. It's going into you. Even though I can't even say it. Because I feel responsible. They look to me.
And they did.
I accept myself. I feel like I let them down. I accept myself anyhow. Yeah, top of the head. Look at me. They look to me and I feel like I let them down.
They looked at me and I did let them down.
They look to me and I let them down.
They looked at me and I let them down.
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 They look to me.
They looked at me.
I was responsible for their lives.
I was responsible for their lives.
They look to me
They looked at me.
and I let them down. Keep tapping. It feels like I let them down.
It feels like I let them down.
But at a soul level we had a contract.
But at a soul level we had a contract.
My human body,
My human body,
my human mind
my human mind,
screams out I let them down.
it screams out that I let them down.
But I want my higher self to let my body know.
But I want my higher self to let my body know.
We had soul contracts.
We had soul contracts.
This is what we were meant to do.
This is what we were meant to do.
And this is my time to step through it.
And this is my time to step through it.
I was in a contract with those souls,
I was in contract with those souls.
and it's my time to let go of feeling responsible.
And it is my time to let go of being responsible.
I owe it to their souls
I owe it to their souls
and my soul
and to my soul
to process and release it from my body.
to process and release this from my body.
My human self felt like I let them down,
My human self felt like I let them down.
and that's still being carried in my cells,
And it's still being carried within my cells,
in my neck and my shoulders,
within my neck and my shoulders.
and I'm processing and releasing it
And I'm processing and releasing.
all the way back to its origin,
All the way back to its origin.
asking my higher self
Asking my higher self
to send my body peace.
to send my body peace.
It was a soul contract.
It was a soul contract.
I played my part well,
I played my part well.
and now I'm learning the lesson
And now I'm learning the lesson.
to release it from my body.
To release this from my body.
They look to me.
They look to me.
It feels like I let them down,
It feels like I let them down.
but I just carried out my soul contract,
I just fulfilled my soul contract.
and I'm letting my cells in my body know that.
And I'm letting the cells of my body
Releasing the feeling of responsibility.
know. Releasing the feeling of responsibility.
It was my soul contract. Keep tapping. It was my soul contract,
It was my soul.
and I forgive myself for blaming myself.
And I forgive myself for blaming myself.
I release all the pain
I release all the pain.
when I see them looking at me. When I see them,
When I see them looking at me.
they looked to me
They look to me
to save them
to save them
at a human level,
at a human level.
and we all fulfilled our soul contract.
And we all fulfilled our soul contract.
And releasing the pain,
Releasing the pain,
the guilt
the guilt
that I let them down.
that I let them down.
I played my part well,
I played my part well.
and I'm letting it go.
And I'm letting it go.
Take a deep breath. Who said we weren't doing quantum this weekend?
Take a deep breath, tie yourself up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the trigger is that you felt like you'd let them down.
Yeah.
Is that still landing in you now?
Not so much. I'm much freer across the shoulders.
Your shoulders are like
Oh.
relaxed now.
Just a small sort of pain up through the neck.
Okay. Even though
Even though
I'm still being a pain in the neck.
I'm still being a pain in the neck.
I've still got a small pain in my neck.
I still have a small pain in my neck.
But I'm releasing that now.
I'm releasing that.
Releasing the feeling of being responsible for their deaths.
Releasing the feeling of being responsible for their deaths.
We had soul contracts,
We have soul contracts.
and I played my part.
And I played my part.
And now it's my turn
And now it is my turn
to release the guilt,
to release the guilt.
the feeling of responsibility that I let them down.
The feeling of responsibility that I let them down.
I played my part just the way I was supposed to.
I played my part as I was supposed to.
I accept myself and my neck.
I accept myself and my
And I thank my neck for alerting me to this,
And I thank my neck for alerting me to this.
so I could process and release it.
So I can process and release it.
Over the head. Feeling responsible.
Feeling responsible.
All that trauma,
All that trauma.
even in this life.
Even in this life.
Training.
Training.
All the trauma in training.
The trauma in training.
Having to be ready.
Having to be ready. Having to be responsible.
Having to be responsible. That's a bit of different. A smile instead of all that.
Recognition.
Yeah. That's the energy shift and the cognitive shift. Yeah.
That's what I have repeated dreams about is being responsible for other people.
Yeah.
And things go wrong.
Yeah. Releasing that feeling
I'm releasing that feeling.
that I'm responsible for
I
others
am responsible for
and
others.
everything goes wrong.
And everything goes wrong.
Releasing it all the way back to all of the origins.
Releasing it all the way back to all of the origins.
All all the dreams I had,
all of the dreams I had,
all the past lives.
all of the lives I've had.
I choose to feel peace now,
I choose to feel peace now,
even when I'm in positions of responsibility.
even when I am in positions of responsibility.
I want to feel peace.
I want to feel peace.
See the whole shift in his body? Yeah? And the shoulders are down now. How does that feel when you...
Yeah, I still have some there, but it's not like it was.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
answered a few questions.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like that wasn't something that you were bringing in consciously. Your body brought it all in. Yeah.
Yeah, and the whole vets thing just it was a wartime thing. It's
Yeah. So that's what it triggered it. Yep. Mm. Okay. So let's do one more round.
why not?
Even though
Even though
there's just a little bit left.
there's just a little bit left.
And the war vets thing this morning triggered it all.
And the war vets thing this morning triggered it all.
It was a wartime thing.
It was a wartime thing.
And I thank my body for processing and releasing this now.
And I thank my body for processing and releasing this now.
There's just a little bit left in my neck.
There's just a little bit left in my neck.
And I allow my body to continue processing it.
I'll allow my body to continue to process.
I felt responsible in that life,
I felt responsible in that life,
at a human level.
at a human level.
And I might have died feeling that.
And I did die feeling that.
I died feeling that.
I died feeling that.
And I'm processing and releasing
And I'm
that.
processing and releasing that.
We had soul contracts.
We had soul contracts.
And I fulfilled my part.
And I fulfilled my part.
And the rest of fulfilling my part was to release feeling guilty.
And the rest of fulfilling my part is to release feeling guilty. To release the contract.
Mm-hmm. I choose to die feeling peace,
Choose to die feeling peace.
knowing that that was my contract,
Knowing that that was my contract.
not feeling guilty.
Not feeling guilty.
Feeling peace in my neck.
Feeling peace in my neck.
So you see that life, him dying peacefully now?
I can tell myself this. It just needs a little time to...
Yeah.
to
It's still cooking in the oven. Still processing.
Yeah, but it's much better than it was.
Yeah. Good. Well done. Thank you. Thank your body for presenting us with that. And you can have water now. It's like you might have had plenty of it then, but your body needs it now.